That doesn't smell right. There's someone here who shouldn't be. You, search the hold. Yes, I know you've been down there. Do it again. No, wait a minute. No, it's coming from my room? Oh, hell no. Whoever's in there, you've got exactly 3 seconds to make yourself known and walk out before I go in there with my sword. And you won't like how that ends up. 1, 2. You don't look all that threatening. Tell me, why the hell are you hiding on my ship? Interesting. Do you even know where we're heading? Of course it matters. You're trying to get away from something. You don't know where you're going? That is probably the most foolish thing I've ever heard of. We're sailing to the wildlands. You don't look like you're prepared to go in that untamed and violent wilderness. And hell, even before we get to that, we don't have enough rations on here to feed another mouth. So, what exactly was your plan? Look, I'm being civil because you at least had the decency to come out and talk to me when you knew you were caught. That doesn't mean I'm happy with you. Not even a little. You don't belong here. You will throw off all of the rationing that we had planned. You know it's a 4-week trip, right? 4 weeks. 1 extra mouth times 3 meals a day times 4 weeks. My crew will have to go without. They will have to be operating at a substandard level because you decided you wanted to sneak aboard this ship. I don't care why you did it. According to international law, I have the right to throw you overboard. Now. I'm not, because I want to hear what you have to say, but that doesn't mean I'm going to listen to you spout all this nonsense about destiny and the way it has to be, and that I just need to understand, because I don't. You need to understand. You don't belong on this ship. You were not planned for. We didn't prepare for you. So unless you want to sit there, starving, wasting away while we just... Honestly, they will laugh at you. Yeah. Okay, well, see, the thing is, I will let them. I will. Because I would rather give them something to focus on and keep their spirits up than have them have to worry about whether or not they're going to get enough food, whether or not they're going to get enough water. Inhumane. Oh, you sweet, adorable, naive little one. You violated the law. It would be inhumane to toss you overboard as dictated by international law. I am doing you the incredible service, the incredible honor of at least talking to you before doing that. You know what my first mate would want, don't you? You have to know. You have to know what ship you're on. Yeah, exactly. And so so lucky I'm the one who found you. Because if it was one of my crew, they may have done things before I even could step in. No, maybe I'll just let them. Maybe I'll just walk out and tell the first mate to come in and do what he wants. You do not tell me what is and is not fair. Not after sneaking aboard my ship. What are you even wearing? You say you want to go out and it's your destiny to find this lost, hidden civilization out in the wildlands. You're not even wearing the appropriate gear. Were we going to take that from my crew too? Then what was the plan? Oh, now you stop talking. All right. That's the way you want to do this? Fine. Charles. Yeah. Found him hiding under my bed. Can you imagine the impudence of this one? What do you say we just let the crew have at him? Definitely a good way to boost their spirits when we have such a long trip ahead of us. You will speak when spoken to. I gave you a chance, and you decided you didn't want it. So now, you know what? Gag him. Good. Then I see you understand the position you're in. So as I was saying, I think it would do the crew good to have something to lift their spirits. We do have a long trip ahead. What's the matter? You don't like that? If you wanted to talk, you should have when I gave you the opportunity. God damn it, you're lucky you're so cute. Fine, you've got one last chance. Explain to me why I shouldn't let the crew have at you. Explain to me why I should use my power, my position as captain, to protect a stowaway. You realize that's about the worst thing someone could do on a ship, right? Oh, don't look at me like that. You can nod your head. So then, why? Why should I stick my neck out for you? I may be captain, but you know mutiny is a thing, right? And if I make a decision that the crew doesn't agree with, the crew doesn't approve of, well, it's a long trip before we get there. Something could happen to you or to me. And I am not going to put myself at risk for you without a damn good reason. So, oh, no, thank you. Charles, you can go. Stay outside, please, in case I need to call you again. Here, let me get that gag off you. But you'd better tell me. And none of this quieting up and refusing to talk, because you've got this one last chance. Do you understand me? So why? Why should I tell my crew that their rations have been cut? That they're getting less than they expected? What could you possibly have to tell me that would make it worthwhile? Really? That's what you've got? Really? The City of Gold? Everyone who sails to the wildlands wants to find the City of Gold. No one ever does. Do you know why? It's a myth. It's a legend. It's a story. It's not real. Uh-huh. Everyone knows someone who knows someone who's been there. That's how the story spreads. But no one has actually been there. It's a story. And you would have me put myself at risk over a fairy tale. No. Absolutely not. No. A vision, you say. And let's assume, first of all, that I'm willing to believe that that is true and not something you're just making up to get yourself out of hot water. So, let's assume it's true. How do you know it wasn't a dream? I know many people on this ship who have had dreams about this. I mean, who hasn't had this fantasy of striking a miraculous wealth of gold and becoming the richest person alive? Half my crew is here hoping to find even a fraction of that. But to believe that this city is true, that this city is real, and that you, with no map, no experience, no equipment, not even wearing the right outfit, could find it? Really? That takes a special level of delusion. Do you understand that? No, you insist it's true. Sure. Fine. Maybe you believe it is. But that's not enough for me, for my crew to go on. Honestly, since you had to hide and get on board and break international law, it really just sounds like you're trying to save your own skin. What is it you're running from? What was so bad back home that you had to do this and sneak aboard my ship, run away, and make up this story about knowing where to find untold wealth? Well, here's my problem. See, you don't smell like a liar. You smell like you're telling the truth. But I can't tell the crew that. They're not gonna believe it. Mutiny. It's always a threat. But even if it's not true, honestly, you're so cute. I kind of just want to keep you flying. Oh, and that's worse than being thrown overboard. Really. I think you need to get your priorities in check. You know, I've made my decision. You can stay. You will live. You will not be tortured or tormented. You will be fed. I'll take it out of my own rations. But don't expect that you'll be eating a feast every night. And don't expect you'll be able to walk around the ship unimpeded. You are not leaving this room. Really, stowaway, were you really going to stroll about on the deck in the middle of daylight before you got caught? You were hiding under the bed. At least now, you don't have to hide. But that doesn't mean you're free. Not even close. You will stay in this room, and I will have Charles outside that door, guarding it all day and all night. Or not him, he'll need a break, but someone I trust, to make sure you don't come out. Because you are not to set foot out of this room until we dock in the wildlands. And from there, if you behave, maybe, just maybe, I'll consider letting you go. It's where you wanted to be, so... Oh, don't thank me just yet. Remember, we have a 4-week journey. And you're not going to be eating the best, and you're going to be cooped up in here. You are going to go stir crazy. And you had better control yourself the entire time. Or what? Or you're thrown overboard, that's what. I think you'd prefer not to be. And I think, since you're going to be in here with me for weeks on end, there are many ways we could pass the time together. Oh, come on, like you haven't seen me looking at you. Hell, part of the reason I'm even willing to consider this compromise, because it would be a shame to lose someone as adorable as you. I'd hate if something happened to you. So, that is your offer. That is your opportunity. Take it or leave it. You're not getting another one. Very good choice. Well, I have matters to attend to. Crew needs to be talked to. We've only just set off. You got found very early. But I'll be back. And when I am, I have some expectations. I'm very sure you'll be more than happy to fulfill them. So then, cutie. Hello, everyone. Star here. And thank you for listening to this video, audio, vadio kind of thing. So inspiration for this audio, vadio, video thingamajiggy is essentially conquistadors and exploring and El Dorado and, you know, all that sort of 15th century European exploration kind of thing. You know what I mean. And I thought, you know, I've done like a ship's captain thing before. And then it was pirate versus navy kind of thing. This is a little different. A little bit. And I was trying to pull on one of my favorite movies growing up. One of my absolute favorite movies. Muppet Treasure Island. with Tim Curry and, of course, the whole Muppet cast, you know. And I was thinking, like, it's a known thing, at least I think it's a known thing, that one of the reasons why stowaways were such a problem is because you have to plan out your food for a whole crew of people for weeks on end. And one extra mouth throws all of that off. So that is a huge problem, right? Huge problem. And you don't want your, I don't know the names of the different, like, positions on a ship. You don't want the person who's working the sails to suddenly faint from malnutrition. That's kind of going to ruin the entire trip for literally the whole crew and the ship and whoever financed it all. It's just a nightmare. So you don't want that. That can't happen. So in this environment, it's international law that you do not stow away because, I don't know, different countries want to hire different privateers or explorers or whatever it is, and interfering with that is bad, very bad. But at the same time, the captain has a certain level of authority, a certain level of decision-making power, and as long as they don't upset the crew, as long as they keep everyone happy, keep everything running good, in theory, there should not be a mutiny. In theory. And I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting premise. I don't know how much more there is to do, story-wise while you're trapped on a ship. So, as far as sequel potential goes, this is probably not so great. But actually, no, now that I think about it, I can come up with a number of ideas. Never mind. I'll take that back. Yeah. But this is going a little bit longer here in the outro than I meant it to, so I'm going to close it here and just say thank you again. Thank you to all of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Mwah.